This program is brought to you by newscliptv.com. Make your own news. Register online and become a Newsclip TV reporter. Newsclip TV, your community news website.
Welcome to Persistence Pays TV. I'm your host, Lori Roudmask. On today's show, we're going to talk about how you can leverage yourself and your business, how you can meet people and grow your business at a conference that's coming up in April in Niagara-on-the-Lake. It's the 2012 Leadership and Business Conference. And in the studio with me today, I have the founder of that conference, Ildi Wiley, here with us. So Ildi, thanks for being with us today. Let's just start off with what made you put a conference together in the first place.
So this conference started because I myself am an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, and I was looking for a conference to attend in Canada because I wanted to grow my business. So I have a training and consulting business that had experienced great success. And 4 years ago I got pregnant with my daughter, and I thought, wow, I better get myself out there and start developing my skills and growing my business by addressing my own professional development. So the search was on for where does a serious business owner go, an established business owner go to learn about what they should be doing in a tangible way. So I wasn't looking for networking, I was looking for real hard business skills. And so I searched the internet and I tried to talk to colleagues and clients to see what they were doing, and sure enough, nothing was to be found. So I actually engaged our marketing company. They were doing some work on our website, and I asked them if they had a few minutes, would they look up online if there were any conferences to attend in Canada for people in business and in leadership positions. And we didn't find anything, and we think that the reason we didn't find anything is because one doesn't exist. So right away I was very inspired and motivated to say, well, if one doesn't exist, then I'm going to create one.
That's great. That's great. And why do you think personal development is so important?
I think it's because as the private business owner, you can often feel very isolated, even though you're in a public role where you're promoting your product, you're out talking to people, you're selling, you're also socializing. You're still somewhat isolated in terms of, so that those roles are very output oriented. But in terms of what actually comes in most small and medium businesses, there's no structure. Even in the larger organizations, so banks, accounting firms, many of the large corporate structures, even though they have departments and areas that are dedicated to leadership development and personal and professional development, often what we hear from men and women in those organizations is it isn't enough, or really what we call a simple truth, which is no one's really that interested in advancing your career as you should be. So even the people who had those supports around a structured professional development curriculum or program within a company still were looking to make sure that they were ahead of the curve, that they were staying current and updated.
Why would someone want to come to this conference? What is unique about it, and why would they want to come?
So there's two parts to answering that question. One has to do with what already exists on the market for a professional woman or a professional business person or leader. And one has to do with sort of the growth and more forward-looking. Why someone would want to go is frankly because what's out there in terms of the landscape just isn't meeting the current needs. We put a lot of thought and effort into designing this conference, and not just the topics, but the whole conference experience, because people are so incredibly busy. So when people look online at the conference, they either say, wow, all of these topics and offering under 2 days, great, sign me up, or they say, wow, I'm not sure if I can take 2 days out. So the person who doesn't see that, we've taken 2 major keynote speakers, we've taken 12 workshops, we've put them into 2 days, And we've packaged them in a price that's far more reasonable than having to travel and pay to see these speakers, experts, authors on their own. They understand the value that they're getting, because, and particularly women, because often so much of the format and landscape out there, what's available for women who want professional development, has a very strong networking component. And so we get a lot of women's networking events, women's lunch and learns, and so on. And that market already exists. The people who attend our conference already belong to those groups. We didn't feel the need to replicate that.
Right.
So sometimes people are coming to our conference because they're already taking care of their social and their networking needs, and now they need to focus on topics they can take in, so they can go back, advance their careers, grow their business, sell more product. And then the other reason is more forward-looking, which is that the topics are collected in one program and designed for someone to leave with tangible skills, tangible tools, real life case studies. The people who speak at our conference and topics are not paid professional speakers. They're people who do the work. I think that a person who says, you know, I'm in a leadership position, I could be a CEO, a vice president, a director, a manager, a regional sales manager, and I'm in a role where my job is to get other people to do what they're supposed to do. My job is to get this product to market, to increase our membership, to advance our association. Whatever their objective is, they're in a central role where others are looking to them for values, guidance, expertise. And those people are often so busy taking care of those responsibilities, they're not making time to take information, A, for their own careers, and B, sometimes just even to stay updated in this day and age. I mean, we are really excited that this year we have two amazing keynote speakers. Our opening keynote speaker is Gail Vaz Oxlade, and most people know her from a very popular show called Till Death Do Us Part. So she's launching a book in January called It's Your Money, How to Become a Woman of Independent Means. And that's been a topic around women and money that we have always tried to incorporate in our conference and learning. It's a difficult topic to incorporate because it does cross over to the personal. But as anybody in any financial debt or unfortunate financial situation can tell you, that it isn't really about the money, it's about how it affects the decisions you make in your personal life and in your business. We're not talking about investing, we're talking about how to live day to day in your personal life and business life so that you can prosper and have some options.
That's so important.
Yes, and then our second day keynote speaker is Marty Barletta, and Marty is the world's foremost expert on marketing and selling to women. So she has worked a great deal with Tom Peters. She's written a book with Tom Peters called Trends, and essentially I think the title of her keynote address says it all, which is how to get the competitive advantage and earn your place in the largest market in the entire world. And any business person can tell you that maybe looking on the outside you don't see it, but behind the scenes in terms of who's spending and who's buying, the women's market represents a $7 billion market. So Marty will be addressing that. She'll also be talking about women and diversity in the workplace. So we're happy to have her.
That's great.
But the people who are coming to our conference, they want to be better leaders and better business owners. They want to understand how to use skills to influence others, whether it's to motivate their teams or to sell more product. They want to stand out and be heard in meetings. They want to understand how to take responsibility for advancing themselves. So it's a very diverse mixture of who attends in terms of sectors. We have people from healthcare, transportation, government, the financial industries. And what's interesting is last year we really spent a lot of time analyzing who was at the conference. So we know that 60% of the attendees are senior corporate executives and 40% are established entrepreneurs.
Well, it's a beautiful setting, and it's a place where you can say, look, at these 2 days are for me to grow myself, to grow my business, and to take a time out. Because we don't take the time, a lot of times, we don't take the time out when women are raising families and trying to do everything else. We don't take the time out just to be with ourselves and take 2 days just for, you know, total immersion in what you can learn.
Exactly. And most of our attendees, they come from all across Canada, and they do decide, even people who are coming from more local areas, to stay overnight just for that reason. Yeah. That 2 days becomes a time when they do strategic planning, where they attend with their teams, and may decide that, we're going to just use this time to immerse ourselves in learning about being a better leader and a better business owner. This year we've got some really exciting topics. One that I'm really excited about is actually about negotiation skills.
Okay.
And that is a skill that, in this day and age, with the market being so full of options in all service sectors, we've got a fantastic speaker and presenter, Ross McPherson from Career Quest, who's going to, demystify what is supposed to go on a resume for a business owner or an executive in the year 2012.
Exactly.
And other topics are things like value-based leadership. Of course, Marty is doing a session for us called Instant Insights, and that's going to be our audience's opportunity to ask her questions about her opinions on what's happening in the marketing community and how to capture the women's market.
I know you've got a lineup, and they can go to the website, so if you can give us the website.
Yes, it's www.wilbconference.com.
We're going to offer our listeners and our viewers a special price to come, because if they're watching this, we want to give them a little added value. So maybe you can tell us what we're going to do for them.
Absolutely. So if you're watching this show and would like to join us for the 2 days, again, it's April 16th and 17th in Niagara-on-the-Lake. And our early bird rate is until Friday, February the 3rd. But if you give our office a call or email us through the website, let us know that you've seen this show, we are happy to extend an additional $100 discount off the early bird.
That's awesome.
One of the greatest benefits of this conference is every attendee gets a full list of all the other delegates.
Yeah.
So while we don't have a lot of formal networking where we're going to partner people up, because of course we give name tags and so on, this delegate list becomes a really great reference for just connecting with people at the conference and then afterward. And then I need to talk about one of our most popular features, which the feedback was just tremendous last year. On the first night of the conference, the Monday night, the 16th, we have a program called Don't Dine Alone.
Yeah, that was great.
Where groups of 10 to 12, so people still pay for their own dinner. We just book the restaurant and we assign one speaker. And so, for example, if you're presenting, which I know you are, on the art of avoiding burnout, which is a hugely important topic that's relevant to our entire audience, and they want to talk with you, then they can sign up to, in whatever format, whether that's the lunch or whether that's the dinner, to continue that discussion. I think the 2 points of feedback that came back from our attendees last year and what people say about our conference is it's really, really well put together and organized, but it's also very intimate. So because we sell a limited amount of tickets to keep the conference a certain size, we only sell 200 tickets. There's an opportunity for people to interact. 200 people is actually not that many. So you have the opportunity to go up, talk with other delegates, and really connect and do business.
And trust me, it is a conference that you want to go to. Be sure that when you call in for your ticket, that you say that you saw it on Persistence Pays TV to save $100 extra off your ticket price, off the early bird price. I loved the conference last year. I was a speaker at it, but I also had a great time with the other delegates there. I learned a lot, and I took away some valuable information. So be sure to come and join me at the conference in April. Hope to see you there, and have a great day.